Imagine yourself gently swaying in a hammock, strung between slices of ancient history and endless strobes of vibrant green landscapes. A soft wind carries whispers of the past, while the sun-drenched earth releases scents of ripe olives and baked terracotta. Welcome to Tuscany, a region not just celebrated through its art and architecture, but lived and breathed in every sun-kissed stone and rolled vineyard hill. This isn't merely a trip, it's an immersion into a centuries-old narrative where every path has a story to tell. Here, you don't just see or hear about history and culture. You taste it in the robust wines, feel it in the textured walls of rustic farmhouses, and live it through the warm exchanges with locals. This journey through Tuscany, encapsulating everything from the world-renowned art havens to the secluded corners of pastoral serenity, promises more than mere sightseeing. It offers a transformation, a deep connection to a region that is both a cradle of Renaissance grandeur and a bastion of rural simplicity. As the plane descends towards Florence, the heart of Tuscany, the view from the window forms a patchwork quilt of olive groves and vineyards, interspersed with tiny villages and meandering roads.
Upon arrival, the city, often termed as the cradle of the Renaissance, welcomes you with open arms and stunning visuals of iconic domes and spires. The transition from traveler to pilgrim in this historical sanctuary begins with your first steps along the cobblestone paths.
Striding across the Piazza del Duomo, you encounter the massive cathedral, a masterpiece that took nearly 150 years to complete. Its red-tiled dome, engineered by Filippo Brunelleschi, stands as a symbol of ingenuity and faith. Around every corner, Florence promises a new discovery: a fresco tucked away in a quiet church, a street artist recreating Botticelli, or a local trattoria with a century-old recipe for ribollita. Stepping out into the twilight, Florence transforms as street lamps cast a golden glow on ancient stones, a city still very much alive in the modern age, yet whispering tales of Michelangelo, Dante, and Medici intrigues. The journey from Florence to Siena weaves through the Tuscan hills, views dotted with cypress trees that stand like sentries guiding the way.
Siena, a city built on 3 hills, envelops visitors in its medieval world the moment they pass its aged city walls. The city is an architectural time capsule, where buildings and streets are preserved to maintain the spirit of its historic zenith during the 12th to 14th centuries.
Siena's heart is the Piazza del Campo, known for its unique shell shape and the exhilarating paleo horse race. Twice a year, this ancient square transforms, with locals donning historical costumes, flags fluttering in the breeze, and horses tearing around the piazza, recreating a medieval tradition that vibrates with life. Nestled within these old walls, every cafe and shop has stories embedded in their very essence. As you wander through Siena's steep and narrow streets, the city feels like an untouched painting, alive with scenes of everyday beauty and historical resonance. Echoes of the past blend seamlessly with the laughter and chatter of today, calling to those who yearn to connect with history, not just through sights but through experiences. Diving deeper into Tuscany takes one to the Chianti region, famed globally not just for its robust red wines, but for a picturesque landscape that looks as if it has been curated for serenity.
The scenic drive through Chianti is punctuated with opportunities to visit vineyards where the grapes hang heavy with promise. Each vineyard has its own story, its own blend, and its own traditions, making each tasting a unique narrative.
Visiting a local vineyard, you're not just a spectator but a participant, invited to tread grapes in the ancient way, or to wander the vine-laden fields that stretch out like green seas. Each sip of wine is a whisper from the past, telling of sunshine, of rain, and the careful hands that nurtured the vines through the seasons. The enophiles here are poets and historians, weaving tales of the land and the lineage of every bottle. Tours of cellars and discussions with winemakers provide insight into the soulful art of winemaking. It's not just about the final product, it's about the journey from soil to grape to glass, a journey shared passionately by those who live it daily. As the day closes, the sunset casts a golden hue across the vineyards, and you're left with a lingering warmth, a blend of fine wine and genuine hospitality. No visit to Tuscany is complete without witnessing the architectural puzzlement that is the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Yet, Pisa is not just an icon. It's a collage of historic lanes, vibrant cafes, and spots teeming with local life and overlooked treasures.
Just a stone's throw away, Lucca sits encircled by its well-preserved Renaissance walls, now transformed into walking paths that offer stunning views of the city and beyond.
Exploring Pisa, you learn to appreciate the tower in its true context. Not just a photogenic marvel, but part of a complex of architectural and artistic achievements at the Piazza dei Miracoli. Meanwhile, Lucca's charm lies in its broad, tree-lined pathways atop the ancient walls, antique shops, and quiet piazzas.
Here, cycling is a preferred mode, encouraged by the city's layout, allowing for a leisurely exploration of hidden gems, including small, family-run bakeries where the scent of freshly baked focaccia fills the air.
Both cities, robust with history and brimming with the stories of inhabitants and invaders alike, offer myriad narratives. Every corner tells a tale, every street brings a surprise, and every visit feels like a new chapter in a long and fascinating story. This leg of the journey brings you to Volterra and San Gimignano, towns that exemplify the Tuscan dedication to preserving cultural identity amidst a modernizing world.
Volterra, an alabaster town carved out of centuries of mining and artistic heritage, presents an intriguing juxtaposition of Etruscan walls and Roman theaters against small artisan shops where the craft is still alive. Roaming through San Gimignano's narrow streets, one feels transported back to a time when these towers were symbols of wealth and power of competing noble families. San Gimignano is famously known as the town of fine towers. The skyline, punctuated by its 14 surviving medieval towers, serves as a monument to its prosperous past during the Middle Ages.
Both towns, wrapped in their air of mystique and luxury of time, compel visitors to slow down and savor each discovery, from ancient frescoes and hidden churches to panoramic views of the Tuscan countryside. The beauty of these places lies not just in their physical appearance, but in their ability to hold on to their past, their culture, and their very souls amidst an ever-evolving world. Tuscany's coastline may not be as celebrated as its inland cousins, yet Maremma offers a refreshingly different flavor of Tuscany, untamed and luxuriously wild.
Here, the landscapes shift dramatically from sculpted hills and vineyards to sprawling wetlands, pine forests, and rugged beaches. Maremma is a blend of aristocratic resorts like those at Porto Ercole and humble fishing villages, where the day's catch dictates the evening meals.
A visit to Maremma is incomplete without experiencing its traditions. Like the buttery, cowboys of Maremma, who maintain age-old techniques of cattle breeding.
Whether it's exploring the medieval villages clinging to the rocky cliffs or finding solitude on a secluded beach, Maremma offers a different narrative of Tuscany, one where the land still commands respect and life moves according to nature's rhythms.
Interactions with local fishermen and ranchers offer a glimpse into a lifestyle dictated by the sea and the land, an existence that balances modern pressures with traditional practices. Maremma, with its wild beauty and resilient culture, serves as a poignant reminder of Tuscany's diversity and the enduring charm of its lesser-known aspects. As the journey through Tuscany draws to a close, the departure is not merely from a place, but from a state of being. Tuscany, with its undulating landscapes, historical profundities, and soul-stirring sights, leaves an indelible mark on the heart and mind. From the Renaissance artistry of Florence to the rustic beauty of the Maremma coast, each moment spent in this enchanting region intertwines with your own story. The essence of Tuscany isn't captured just through photographs or souvenirs. It's carried in the sensory memories, the taste of Chianti wine on your lips, the scent of olive groves in bloom, the feel of ancient stones under your fingertips, and the sound of the countryside with its eloquent silence and bursting vitality. Reflecting on the journey, you realize that Tuscany's true gift is its ability to weave itself into the fabric of your experiences, urging you to slow down, to observe, and to connect not just with the land, but also with its people and your inner self. Whether it's lingering conversations with local artisans, the joyous uproar of Siena's paleo, or quiet contemplations amidst the ruins of Volterra, Tuscany teaches the art of living fully, of embracing each moment with all your senses. As you ascend on your homebound flight, the landscape below, a mosaic of memories, promises a return, not just back to this land, but to a way of life that continues to resonate long after you've left its rolling hills behind.